guys, so this week we are going to try and do something that people have been giving us advice or telling us to try since the very first week, I think. If you've been following us, one of the things that I miss the most is coffee. And so people keep telling us to try and make coffee from dandelion roots. And we finally got some dandelions that are coming up, so we're gonna give it a go today. So as usual, we're gonna try to use as much as we can. So I'm gonna be making dandelion root coffee. Steph is gonna be making some fried dandelion flowers. And then we'll also be using the leaves to turn into a pesto, which apparently is pretty good and takes away some of the bitterness that are normally in the leaves. Yeah, apparently all the parts of the dandelion are very nutritious for you as well. So something else that we can add into our diet, and it won't have caffeine, but I'll see if it'll help my coffee fix that I've been craving so much. So we're gonna dig some of these up and get going. And they have really long roots, so we really want to kind of get down there because it's in some kind of compact soil in the yard here. We're going to try and get underneath as much as we can without ruining the garden. And of course it's going to be tangled up in all the grass. And that's what you don't want to do. It broke off, so I'm going to see if I can salvage that root out of there. Okay, we lost that one. On to the next one. We got a tiny bit of root there, but maybe we'll try and find a little bit of a bigger one. But usually it's got a kind of long root on there. We'll kind of go down to there. So let's try another one. Look at the root cracking. Perfect. So that all came off nicely. You can see the grass came off there, which is just what I want. And I got a nice long root in there that I'm going to try and follow. There we go. So that's what we want. Steph's got a nice flower on top. I got some root there that we're going to roast up, and we're going to get a bunch more of those, and we'll head back inside. And we'll patch up our lawn too. Okay, I think we have everything we need. I've got my roots that we're going to take inside to roast to make coffee. Steph's got her flowers that she's going to fry up, and we're going to head inside and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so we are back inside, and as you can see, we've got lots of dandelions here. Steph has picked off all the flowers that she wants to use for her dish later on, and we're just going to separate off the leaves. Like I said, we're going to make a pesto, so we probably won't show you all of that, but we're going to separate the leaves, and then also take these roots off and give them a good clean so we can roast them and grind them up and turn them into coffee. Hopefully. We'll see how that works. So apparently you can also make coffee out of chicory, which I think is quite similar to dandelion as another alternative. Isn't that sweet? Okay, that's all that. So we've got our leaves we're going to save for the pesto. Apparently these are quite bitter, which is why you want to kind of turn them into a dish or make them into pesto or do something with them. They're still edible, but not as bitter as I thought, to be honest. Not bad.
So you didn't even wash that?
Yeah, it's fine. It'll build up the immune system better. So we'll rinse these off. Steph's going to eat them. Okay. And we'll just set those aside to dry, and we're going to take our roots and rinse those off and get them nice and clean. And then I'm going to do a bit of a cleanup of the kitchen here, and we'll start the rest of the process. So we have our dandelion leaves there that we're just going to put aside for now, and we can work on that with our pesto at a later time. And then we're going to start cutting up our roots over here to make our coffee. And so you can leave them whole if you want. We're going to cut them up nice and small just so that they roast quicker.
because the whole purpose of this really is to dry it out so that you can grind them down and to make coffee grounds. So the smaller you do it, the quicker they'll dry out and roast. Any kind of little bits like this you probably want to just take off, just because they're not going to roast very well and they'll probably burn before the rest of it. Okay, well, I'm getting kind of excited to try coffee, even if it doesn't have caffeine.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
It's supposed to taste pretty similar. Because how many times during this challenge have I said the thing I miss the most is coffee?
Yeah,
That's
I mean, I guess we haven't had it for a while, so maybe
Will this taste good? So as well, Dandelion has a ton of health benefits. It's really good for your liver. It lowers cholesterol. It helps with weight loss. So this is really something I could have used before we started this challenge, huh? Alright, so those are our dandelion roots there. Should be enough to make us one pot of coffee. And what we're going to do is just put them in the oven. You can do them in the frying pan as well, but we're just going to put that in the oven for about 15 minutes and check on it. I'm not sure exactly how long it'll take to dry it out perfectly, but we'll fire that in and check back in 15 minutes. Here we go.
All right, I guess it's my turn now. So what we're doing today is we're gonna make fried dandelion. First step, we want to take the stems off of the dandelion and just put it in a little bit of an ice bath, just in case there's any little critters on there. And they say it's best to do this with younger dandelions, but we've left our dandelions a little long just so that our little bees get as much pollen as they can from these before we end up eating them. Okay, we'll set this aside for a moment. And then what we're gonna do is make like a little bit of a batter for the fried dandelions. We're gonna start out with hazelnut milk. I'm going to show you just really quickly how I do this, but if you would like a bit more of a detailed explanation, then we do have a how-to video that will link in the comments. But basically what I'm doing is about 45 hazelnuts, around that, and then putting in some water. And then we're just gonna give this a really quick blend. And then I'm going to use our nut milk bag just to strain out the chunks of hazelnut. I made a mess. Leave those hazelnut pieces just off to the side. Alright, so we got our hazelnut milk here. That's yours for
Yeah,
sure.
mine made it all the way over there, did it?
Somehow.
That's the problem now. I have such long hair. I can't always blame it on you. So easily.
Next ingredient we're gonna put in is egg. Now, the recipe I was looking at says 1 egg to 1 cup of flour, but we don't have quite a cup of flour, so I'm gonna mix the egg and try and get just a little bit out of it. I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes, but basically we're making a batter right now, so I'm just gonna try and get it to that consistency, or as close as I can. These are our fresh eggs from our beautiful baby chicks. Well, not baby chicks, hens. And then we have our flour here. This was all of the flour we got from our last harvest. So it's our gold right now, and I don't want to use too much. So we're just gonna kind of sparingly put it in here. Oh, that's tons. And then it also says to do salt and pepper, but we don't have pepper, so I thought maybe we'll add a little bit of garlic and see how that goes. I've never tried this recipe, so garlic might not be the best thing to put in it, but we're gonna give it a go. Why not? Pop that in there. And then a little bit of our sea salt. Chris got a little dirt in it from his, but that's okay.
Whoops.
Little dirt doesn't kill anyone, I don't think.
Did you actually just say that?
Okay. Just gonna mix a little bit of the egg in here. Oh, it's probably a little too much, but that's okay. And then just a tiny bit of milk. Mix it all up. And there can be a couple ways to do this. I'm pretty sure you can do it in a frying pan, or if you have a deep fryer, you can do that too. We're gonna use the air fryer and see how that goes. And just mix them on here, give them a little pat dry. I've been told that this is like such a yummy treat and people love it and something that we had to try, but I'm quite skeptical about it. I don't know, I don't think I've ever tried a dandelion, maybe when I was really young, but I don't know, they don't seem like the most appetizing, but we'll give it a go.
You ever having something battered and fried? It's gonna be
I know. That's true. Okay, here goes. I'm a little nervous. So I'm just gonna pop this in here, get it nice and saturated. The dandelions are battered. We're gonna put it in the air fryer. Again, I'm not really sure how long to put it on for. This is my first time, but we'll start low and then work our way up and see how it goes. Start with 4 minutes. We'll see. Okay, I think it's ready. I put it in for 2 extra minutes that we didn't film, but it looked like it needed a little bit more time, but I think they should be ready now. Let you see final product. Still don't know about these, but they smell really good, so.
Oh, that's pretty good. It smells good too.
Mm-hmm.
Smells really good actually.
Okay, I'm gonna top it with a little bit of salt.
Moment of truth.
Here we go. I don't know which one I want. Yeah, they're good.
Does it taste like powder or does it get like, can you taste the dandelion?
Mm. Yeah, you can taste the dandelion. You try. You try. You help me describe it.
Yeah, it's better.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely get the flavor of the dandelion. That's really good. I really like it.
Yeah, me too.
For us, when like snacks are such a hard thing for us.
Yeah, well, we don't have the flour to do this very often, but it is a nice little treat.
It's a nice little treat. Good job, babe.
Approved. You could also put so many different spices and seasonings in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like the garlic worked really well, but I could totally see this with like paprika or, I don't know, a little bit of spice to it.
Those are the things we don't have.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Try it out.
Taste it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're back. We checked them after 15 minutes. We put them in for another 5. So they've been in for about 20 minutes or so now. And you basically just want to get them to the point where they are all dried out. So you can kind of see there, they almost look charred, but they're not. They've just kind of turned a dark brown. But they are kind of dry to the touch and almost feel like sticks, which sounds kind of weird to say. But yeah, you kind of want it so it will powder up. We dug our coffee grinder out from the basement that we haven't seen in, God, 9 months now. So we cleaned that out, and we're going to fire it into our coffee grinder here. It almost has like a chocolatey, kind of nutty smell to it, eh?
Yeah, it definitely does.
And we've got our kettle boiling as well. Oh, I forgot about our broken coffee grinder, did you?
It's been a while since
It has
we had
been a
to
while.
use it.
So our knob broke off our coffee grinder ages ago, and we never got it, so now we got to push this little button in here. So that's in there. We're just going to grind it up for a little bit. Still sounds like it's a little bit big in there.
This smells so good, and I have a feeling that
Oh,
it's
it
gonna
does
turn
smell
out
good.
to-
It smells like coffee.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is gonna turn out so well, and you're gonna be so sad we didn't do this earlier.
I know. Got that there. I'm not going to waste any of this. I'm actually going to pour hot water into there and dump it into our Bodum that we've got here. And use as much as we can, because that smells really good. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Probably could be ground a little bit finer, but our coffee grinder isn't the best that we haven't used in that long, so. And I'm not going to fill it all the way, because that probably wasn't quite as much as I thought we'd get out of there. And I'm also not going to waste any, so I'm going to get all that powder out of the lid there. I can't believe how much this smells like coffee. So this is a pretty big Bodum as well, so I think I'm just going to fill it to about there. And we'll maybe get a cup each. We'll let that steep for 5 minutes or so, and we will come back and try it and let you know how much it tastes like coffee. Still no caffeine, so I'm going to miss the kick, but I'll be pretty happy to have something that, that tastes like the coffee I miss so much. See you in 5. Okay, so we're back. It's been about 5 minutes that our coffee has been steeping, so we're gonna just press this down and then give it a go. But it really actually does smell like coffee. I think I probably added a little too much water to it, so it's probably not gonna be quite as strong as it could be, but it definitely has that coffee flavor. I shouldn't say flavor, it has that coffee smell. Yeah, I think I definitely put in too much water. Do you want hazelnut milk in yours?
Yeah.
This is the mug Stephanie got me. Best boss around the house.
Yeah.
So that's the hazelnut milk we just used to make that that batter. I'm amazed at how much it smells like coffee. Wow. That's actually so close. Like that bitterness and the aroma and like... That's crazy. If it was just that little bit stronger, if I hadn't added as much water, that would be just like drinking a coffee. Now I do wish I'd done this earlier. Crazy. Want to try it?
Yeah.
What do you
Oh
think?
yeah, that's definitely a coffee flavor.
Right?
Definitely like a bit of a different aftertaste and like a different aroma to it. But I would say that's like pretty bang on.
Yeah.
It's got almost like a chocolatey, earthy taste to it.
Yeah,
You know? Like
totally.
coffee
Yeah, it's a bit of a
mixed with
chocolate.
chocolate and the ground.
I feel like I say this every video, but I'm always amazed at like how people come up with stuff for the first time. Like who thought, oh, dandelions, I'm gonna dig up the roots, roast them, grind them, and turn them into something that tastes like coffee. Bizarre. But it works. Oh, that tastes so good. Okay, so I don't think we're going to film it, but we're going to make a pesto out of those leaves again, because we've already kind of shown us making a stinging nettle pesto a few weeks ago. And yeah, we had the tasty treats with the flowers, the fried flowers. and I'm gonna go enjoy my first cup of coffee in about 9 months. So if you enjoyed the video or you want to follow along with our journey to only eat what we catch, grow, harvest, or raise, hit subscribe below, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.